What's up, YouTube? This is Ultimate Shield 340 back again with another Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League video. So, in today's video, I wanted to showcase a build that I think is something that I don't think a lot of people are using. Anything that I have seen, at least on the internet, as far as like other YouTubers and stuff that I've searched, that I think is going to be a very good way to run your builds moving forward. Without further ado, let's get started. So this will be a tier 3 Bane set. As you can see, I will show everything on screen. As you can see, it's nothing new. This is going to be a tier 1 Bane. This is just a one piece to go ahead and get some grenades back. This is actually very important for the build. Ideally, what you're going to be doing is spamming your melee hit to craze an enemy, and then when they, become crazed, they have a 50% chance to drop that grenade ammo. The grenade ammo is actually going to be very important to this build, and I'll show you why here shortly. This is something new that I don't, or at least this is something different than what I've seen in a lot of different builds. After testing and looking into things, I actually really did a deep dive into this weapon. It's called the Angry Face. You can go ahead and get this to any of your party members in the game. But effectively, what it says is that Shield Harvest no longer gives shield pickups, but damage buff instead. There'll be like red icons on the screen which you'll be able to pick up. One thing I did not notice, but in my testing, I hear and to confirm is that each one of these damage buff pickups that you have is 100% damage, and it stacks up to 10 times. So 10 times 100 is 1,000. So you can actually stack up to 1,000 points of damage, which I'll actually show you some screenshots of, me being at base, and then how it is when it's fully ramped up with the Bane, 3 set bonus, as well as everything else in the build going on. I'll go ahead and I'll show you screenshots of both. And then I'll go ahead and show you some gameplay, but I thought it was very important that I show you these things as well. Also, make sure that you pay attention to the augments. Of course, most of this stuff is going to be 50% either increased damage to crazed enemies, or in my case here, I'm going to do 50% damage to infused enemies. One thing I wanted to also note before I continue to move on is that whenever you are making your builds, make sure that you are paying attention to what the description says. As you will see here, the purple augment here says 50% chance or 50% damage to crazed enemies with this firearm. It means that I only get the damage bonus whenever this weapon is equipped, as opposed to this one, the purple augment is 50% damage to infused enemies. So what that means is that I actually get the 50% damage infused enemies no matter if I am holding this pistol or if I am holding the SMG. So whenever you are making these builds, just make sure that you are tailoring it to whatever it is that you need it to be. One other thing to note here, I got 10% ammo reserve capacity. Is going to also be very important, that being because whenever you are shooting enemies and stuff, because they have such high health pools, you are going to need that extra ammo to stay in the fight. The other things here to mention is this here as well, the Bane grenade as well. The second augment, the 2% shield regenerated for each enemy hit with a grenade. That's actually going to be very important. Again, this is how we get our survivability. If you are not able to get your shield harvested, you need to figure out a different way to effectively get your health back, because these enemies hit hard as hell. And this is a perfect opportunity for you to do that. Effectively, what this is that every time you hit a enemy with a grenade, each hit is 2% of your shield. So whenever you throw a grenade out into a large crowd, you are going to get a lot of your health back very quickly. This is one of the ways that I'm able to sustain myself during the firefight. Then we have the shield mod here. You're going to get the damage bonus. It says while there are 4 or more crazed enemies within 20 meters of you, you deal 100% more damage and take 50% less damage. Again, more damage, survivability, and all those things. SMG damage, shield harvest, critical hit chance, and then we have the 2-piece hack bonus. One thing I wanted to shout out was the I forget his YouTuber's name, which I'll actually link down to the description. But even in the Suicide Squad developer, they actually put the video that I'm going to reference in the descriptions below out there for everybody to see how they effectively what he says you're going to need the 2-piece hack bonus in order to do shield harvesting to maintain your health, and you are able to build off of that. And that's exactly where the idea of this entire build came from. Shield harvest. And then you are going to, whenever you melee somebody, you're going to get damage buffs instead. You're going to sustain yourself with a grenade, and then you're going to be able to do a whole bunch of damage because you're effectively able to spam your transversal attacks back to back to back, and in addition to gaining a bunch of damage from your melee attacks, health back from your grenade, and then, you know, all of that just buffs everything else in the build. That you'll see in the gameplay below. 50% damage to grenade and grunt and brutes, and then 50% more damage to enemies that are within 5 meters of you. Again, buffing my damage. Same thing here. 15% grenade damage to grunt and brute enemies, and then 50% damage to crazed enemies. And then we have the Jinx's Unlucky Coin. You're going to get, I wanted to add the ammo gain from critical hits. That's definitely, again, very important for your sustainability. Whenever you are in a firefight, you're going to need the ammo because, again, the health of these enemies are ridiculously high. You're going to need this ammo to stay in the fight. I got a little bit of electrified resistance, and then 50% damage to crazed enemies. One thing to note here is that although the afflictions will roll through, you are going to get the 250% increased damage to afflicted enemies no matter what they have. It's just that the cherry on top is that whenever it rolls over to the crazed enemies, you are going to get all of these damages, all the increased damage all at once. And again, looking at the screen itself, you know, I can only tell you what this screen says here is that whenever it is going to, for right now, it's frozen for this particular amulet, the Jinx's Unlucky Coin. Not only do you get the 250% bonus damage from whatever enemy type it's not on, but then you get the 750 additional damage. So whenever it is the afflicted enemy of choice, you're going to get 1,000 damage off the top. And this is not the screenshot. This is only just me, you know, just kind of standing here out in the open world. I'm going to actually show you the damage numbers whenever it is fully topped off as far as I can show here on the screen. So you can go ahead and take a look at that whenever I get that into you. You know, and that's pretty much the build. The other part about it is that you can take a look at the skill trees that I have here. I'll go ahead and not talk real quick so you can take a look. Feel free to mix and match this as you see fit. All right, and then here you'll see the talent trees that I have. One thing I want you to notice is that in my talent tree, I only have, I mostly only have damage reduction, as you can see here, and then the increased experience points that you can see here. And it's only just recently that I was able to increase the damage to my grunt enemies and not even the brute enemies. So I want you to note that whenever you take a look at the gameplay that I'm going to show you in the background, and that, you know, of course, look at the screenshots that I'm going to also provide here as well, and hopefully it'll paint a bigger picture of everything in general. Yeah, hopefully you'll, you know, you might like this build, you might not like this build, but yeah, I'm going to go ahead and show you some gameplay here. Stop talking. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please feel free to leave it down in the description below. I appreciate you all. Share, like, comment, subscribe, and all those wonderful things. And then otherwise, this is Ultimate Shield 340 signing off, and I'll see you in Metropolis. Peace. Oh, one other thing I wanted to mention before I continue. one other thing that you might want to also do is just make sure that each person in the squad has a stack deck. It's really going to go a long way in increasing the damage and everything that you do. In addition to that, you might also want to add, like, say, a black mask, notorious grenade, just to give you a little extra damage boost whenever applicable. So, just also keep that in mind.
Your defenses are fleeting from Task Force X. Get my forces.
You'll need to be ruthless and efficient here, like me. Headshots for faster charge, please.
Dark sending you here. Who am I to argue?
Clever jammer technology. Clever will not defeat me.
Frustrated. Oh, snap, buddy. I'm feeling the energy here. Out of my way.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, does anybody keep the score? 'Cause I'm winning.
A fine target, Harley. I will end it.
Wonderful execution. I didn't even need to add extra time for you. 86% chance of survival.
Phew, mate. Guess the skull ship didn't like that.
Your talent for destruction.
Clear the threat zone.
It's why I play our little game.
Moving free. Can't stop, won't stop. And here we go. Taking a mark for high score.
That's all for you. Your target faces my wrath, Harley. I'll drop this one.
This is a rush.
If it's carnage you want, Harley, I can provide it for you endlessly.
Shield drive. Give generously.
Exactly as I had planned, and with time to spare. Oh, you should make it back in one piece, too.
Yeesh. Glad that ain't me.
These ratings myself. Try not to die. We're not done yet.
Rebel clear now.
I will handle this.
This is Manawe using his full strength. Despicable. And yet,
Weirdly specific combo of extreme violence, Al.
Brazil is dispatching you all with half trips. Half trips. Smash down on Sark.
My kind of crossfire, Quinn.
Can somebody Take those bombs away from Brazil. Like all
Flying grapples are the best grapples, Harley.
Like a damn missile! Shoot you down.
all surviving units. Do not let the female clown make you look like fools.
Holly's in the frozen section! Diamond gun. I tagged them first!
Decorates with your gray matter.
Watch the sky! New bullets!
Prepare yourself. It is exploding.
Give him my shield a pep talk! Catch me later! Stick around for a big finish!
You're capable of such ferocity, Grisdell. What a waste.
Hey, Boomer! Good save!
All surviving units, see that this is the Shark's final meal. Crush you.
Watch me, not the wires! Oh, for crying out loud!
Wonderful execution. I didn't even need to add extra time for you. 86% chance of survival. Good job. You came in well under my estimated losses. The exit portal is open. The Prometheum shield dropping is a known issue.
Stop, Earthlings. Stay. We can negotiate this like reasonable beings holding assault weapons. More reinforcements. You have no excuses now.
Hell of a body count on that ambush op. Almost brings a tear in my eye.
Ooh, they sent more baddies! Great! I hit the frickin' jackpot! Mine!
you go, hogging the limelight again.
Know what happens when I
Mobile
get
gear
impatient?
symbiotes detected.
Choose a mission.